work-based learning. We decided that learning modules should be very close connected with the working place. Also, depends on what working place needs for us as knowledges. The theory will be connected with needed practice. The education should be company specific, maybe 50% for the training should be company specific, and assessment also should be done at the workplace. The analysis of working place was the first step when you prepare some kind of learning models. Also, workplace and analyze the needed knowledge, skills, and attitude. Also, in every learning modules should be prepared learning assignments connected with supporting theory. Results really, these workers which will pass and which passed afterwards in Bulgaria this training should be evaluated, and their knowledge will be validated directly on the company through practical assessment, through observation of their behavior, and by help of a special test they will choose their knowledges. So this all this information and this methodology was exchanged between representative of Bulgarian Chamber of Chemical Industry, representative of our trade unions, also National Agency of Vocational Education and Training, and Ministry of Environment. So we decided to make a pilot project going in this way and see what it will happen in Bulgarian chemical company. About the financing, we still have problems when we spoke about the financing of education and training on the workplace. But you know, now connected with crisis, there were many projects, governmental projects, which really help us in this financing. But it's not enough at all, you know. The company should be the main the company should be responsible for financing mainly. So we started two projects together with our Dutch colleagues. One of them was just implementation of new methodology of vocational education and training, this methodology which I told you before. So we decided to implement, to create best practice, implement this new methodology in Bulgarian chemical industry, but especially work together with companies and schools. Before we started this project, companies and schools didn't talk to each other, they even didn't know each other. It was for about 10 years because of changes. So this project was made in two main regions in Bulgaria. One is Stara Zagora, another is Varnia-Devnya region, where we have a very big chemical industry. We invite and in the project participate only big companies. This was maybe it's difficult now to say if this was a mistake, but this was done with this project. So why I say it can be a mistake? Because the difference between big companies and small and medium companies, which when you spoke about education and training and lifelong learning, is very, very big, you know. So it's one thing big company, another is small and medium. In Bulgaria, we have 1,200 small and medium enterprises in chemical industry and only 30 big companies. But the results of this project were shown to small and medium companies, and now we have a strategy how to implement this project to these companies. So, this project was first we decided to develop learning models, because the companies were from different production, fertilizer company and soda ash company and basic chemicals company. So we choose something which can be common for this company, and we choose to implement safety for operators model in one region. In another region, we work with not with operators, but with people who work in chemical laboratories. For them, we prepare learning models, and it was more for the school. But first one was more implemented directly in the company. Here I just show what we really did, implementing the methodology of our Dutch colleagues. We really develop modules. They are about 800 pages, learning module for safety for operators in Bulgarian, with tests, with theoretical parts, so they are very useful now for other companies which did not participate in the project, and we follow this methodology. So we followed the methodology which I told you before. First, we make analysis of the workplace. After, we prepare the list of needed knowledges. After this, the list of books which they can use and lessons which they can use, and then test for just to see how they are prepared. So this was a really successful work. At the end, about 40 people from these companies were trained in this following this methodology. So we certified the people from different company. You see, certificate was given from Bulgarian Chamber of Chemical Industry and together with social partners, not company certificate. Also, we decided how to disseminate the results in another regions, in another companies. Maybe the final was national conference after this project, where we invited many people from the ministries and people from vocational school in chemical professions from whole Bulgaria. So they presented, they really find this methodology, this work together, school and company, very successful. So now I can say we have much better connections between schools and industry when we had before the project. So now we have another big project. Now I go a little bit back. Second project which we had together with Dutch colleagues was training for use of European Social Fund for financing project for education, training and lifelong learning. So many company representatives were on this training. It was 3 days training, and also from many schools we have participants. So they really was successfully trained, and they apply for project to Bulgarian operational program of development of human resources, which is financed from European Social Fund. These two projects which I have told you, implementation of vocational education and training, and training for European Social Fund funding, were projects which help one to each other, and which also help to disseminate the result of our cooperation to all companies. Once more I want to say that all this work it takes maybe 2.5, 3 years. It was financed by the Dutch government. Now we have a new Bulgarian project. This is big project, also financed from European Social Fund. This is a project on evaluation of competencies of Bulgarian workforce. It's not only for chemical industry, it's for whole industry, but chemical sector will be used in this project as a pilot because our industrial association thinks that Bulgarian chemical partners have experience, social partners have experience in this field. So a specific goal of this project is analyzing and defining the requirements towards competencies by taking in account of European, national and sectoral standards. This project just started 6 months ago. It is a long project, so we'll expect to put in right scale how our Bulgarian industry, especially when we talk about the competencies. And I want to end with what we want to do in European level. So I want to say that in Working Group Education, Training and Lifelong Learning, we prepare for 2 years maybe we work, and prepared one application for very good project like we think, this project called Eurocompetence, and the idea was to prepare recommendation for operators and supervisors about competence profiles, about European recommendations, about evaluation and validation. But this project didn't pass, so it was not financed, and it was not realized now. But maybe through this binding agreement, which is now just starts, we should succeed to have common standards for European chemical industry, and also maybe we shall succeed to have realized this Eurocompetence project. Thank you for your attention.